A unique new business opened in Waukee, Iowa in December 2020, just in time for holiday meal planning. Old Station Craft Meats sold Christmas hams, roasts, and more during its first couple weeks open to the public, and it continues to diversify products and its clientele as the only standalone butcher shop in the area.
So many people come in and say, this is what Waukee needed, or this is what Des Moines needed. We needed a local butcher shop. For the older generation, it takes them back to maybe a similar experience that they had when they were a child. We're trying to connect people to farmers where their food comes from.
Where the food comes from is personal for owners Nick and Adam Lenters. The brothers grew up on a farm in Sioux Center, Iowa, and Adam still raises cattle there today. Nick, until recently, spent his days as a business consultant helping companies improve customer satisfaction. Now he's serving up his own customers.
The butchering business, I guess, has always fascinated me. I've always looked kind of behind the counter at the grocery store and was like, wow, that looks like something I'd want to do. What really actually kicked it off was when my brother and I started owning cattle together. We talked a lot about the cattle all the time, and it really brought us closer, and I was like, this is fun. I want to contribute more to this. And so I said, hey, maybe it's time to pursue the idea of a butcher shop.
Lenters admits he didn't know much about meat processing when he set out on this journey, so he reached out to many in the industry who ended up mentoring him. He also hired 2 experienced butchers. And when customers come into Old Station, they can expect half of all the meat there to be from local farms.
Our original vision for the business was that we would one day source as close to 100% of the meat that we could directly from local farmers. That's something that we knew we had to grow into just because we didn't know what the demand was. But that's something that we're growing into more and more.
While Old Station is committed to supporting local producers, Lenters says he's also proud of the business's investment in Waukee's downtown Triangle district. He and his team were originally looking to lease business space, but chose instead to purchase and completely renovate the empty building that for years housed the beloved classic floral design flower shop.
We actually looked at a lot of the suburban areas around Des Moines, and based on our analysis, Waukee's a rapidly growing community. When we did our analysis, it just seemed like the right place to put our business. But it's an old skill set, and now this is an old building, and we just felt like they fit together really well.
And he said he couldn't be happier with their decision.
I think there's a lot of opportunity for the downtown Triangle. It's the one place in Waukee where the most history exists, and that's something that was really important to us, and we've tried to maintain some of the history here in this building.
Today's Old Station Craft Meats sells fresh and frozen meat, dairy products, grilling and smoking supplies, local wine, and even local artisan picks such as kimchi and granola, all thanks to a vision that seemed to kind of come out of thin air.
We read in the news that people are changing jobs at a higher rate, and I think that if you have an idea for a business, now's the time just to pursue it. Like I mentioned earlier, we kind of dove in the deep end where we renovated a building, got a tenant for half of our building, and started a butcher shop. I'm not a butcher by trade. And so don't be afraid of the challenges that you might meet. You'll figure it out, and it's so far been very rewarding for us.